Off of this game, Pittsburgh will kick it away. Alex Kessman to do the honors. Swings the leg through, and we are underway here in Blacksburg as Javon Quillen will take it out from his own end zone and will return it out for the equivalent of nearly a touchback. He goes out to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Virginia Tech. Here are the impact players by Food Lion. Whenever Virginia Tech has the ball, here they are, Cam Phillips and Sean Savoy.
Well, these two players, Cam Phillips, of course, we know is the great receiver. And then the young guy from Washington, D.C., Sean Savoy. We look at these two guys. They're going to get some one-on-one coverage opportunities. And, of course, they have to make some big plays downfield for Josh Jackson, the freshman.
So the Hokies start out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The quick give to Jalen Holston. And Holston trying to turn the corner on the right side. Gain of 6 goes down at the 31-yard line. Now let's look at the impact players brought to you by Food Lion for the Pitt Panthers.
Well, Salim Brightwell right here, the linebacker, but we want to look at Sean Idowi. This guy right here, he's the leading tackler. He leads in every category, tackles for losses, and he's the vocal leader on defense.
Jackson, quick throw, pressure, and the pass is caught by Sean Savoy. Slips and falls down for only a gain of 1 down to the 32. He's tackled by Shane Roy, who put pressure on the offense for Virginia Tech.
Of course, Coughlin talked about making sure he puts pressure on the young quarterback, not allowing him to set his feet. Josh Jackson does a great job seeing the pressure come in his face, setting his feet, and getting the ball completed to Savoy.
So 3rd down and 3. Must reach the 35-yard line for the 1st down. Virginia Tech 7-3 record, 3-3 in the ACC. 3rd place in the ACC Coastal Division, coming off a 28-22 heartbreaking loss at Georgia Tech last Saturday afternoon. Jackson, quick throw, finds Eric Kuma, stretching for the 1st down marker, and he's got it just past the 35-yard line. 1st down for Georgia Tech as Kuma was tackled by Avante Maddox.
Well, right here, it's obvious that they want to be able to get Josh Jackson into a rhythm. Short passing play. You don't need a big play. All you need is the 1st down and good conversion there on 3rd down.
And they quickly throw on 1st down, and it's incomplete. Jackson looking for Sean Savoy. Brings up a quick 2nd down and 10. They moved fast after that 1st down.
Yeah, Sean Savoy there. He wishes he would have had that one back. He knew he had a little bit of lane space there and needs to take the ball and catch it and then run.
Jackson on 2nd and 10. The quick handoff to Jalen Holston. Spinning past defenders. Has a 1st down and more. Goes down to the 49-yard line of Hokies territory. Tackled by Dennis Briggs. A gain of 14.
This guy, Jalen Holston, the true freshman here on play action here, doesn't waste any time. He's a north-south runner here. Played in a physical wing T offense in high school. Looked to get a big dose of the run today, of course, with Steve Peoples out.
So a new set of downs for Virginia Tech. Nearing the midfield stripe on 1st and 10, and Jackson thought about keeping it himself. He'll throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. He threw behind his intended receiver, Sean Savoy. Jordan Whitehead on the coverage in the secondary for the Panthers.
Josh Jackson wishes he can have that one back. He had 2 guys open, kind of a natural pick there. Again, needs to take his time. Opportunistic offense. We talked about that early in the game.
Cam Cunningham, the tight end in motion. Here's Jackson on the option. And tackled by Dennis Briggs, number 20, the strong safety for Pittsburgh. Gain of 7 on the play. Brings up now 2nd down and 3. Correction, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, here on the read option here, Josh Jackson, he sees the lane and he takes it. Why not? 7 yards. We know he got beat up pretty good against Miami. He's feeling and looking good today.
It's a Virginia Tech team which has lost 2 straight games, both on the road, losing at Miami and then losing at Georgia Tech last week. Trying to get back on the winning track here on Senior Day. It's now 3rd down and 3 yards to go, and Jackson finds a wide open Cam Cunningham, the backup tight end. Breaking tackles, 1 man to beat, and Jordan Whitehead takes him down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, a gain of 37 yards.
Busted coverage here on Pitt's side. They play a lot of man-to-man, but this is what you get when you get a busted coverage. Somebody's supposed to have that guy man-to-man, as you can see, chasing him downfield. Good stiff arm, extends the play.
And the handoff to Jalen Holston as they go quickly after reaching the first down marker. And Holston gets inside the 5, down to the 4, tackled by number 23, Sean Idowu for the Pitt Panthers.
Idowu, you can tell he's getting a little bit excited there. He's got to be able to tell his defense to make a stop, to be able to change this momentum.
Second down and goal from the 4. Jackson going to keep it himself. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown. Josh Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And for Josh Jackson, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, this is why this young kid is so mature. These seniors love him. He sees the read there. He's got a blocker there. Why not take it in for the score there? He says, hey, how about that, seniors?
A 10-play, 75-yard drive, 3 minutes, 38 seconds off the clock as Joey Sly will try for the extra point. Correction, Brian Johnson, the backup kicker. Brian Johnson kicks it through. And with 11:22 to go in the first quarter, the Hokies strike first.
What day is it? Catterday.
Mellow Mushroom, out of this world pizza. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Progressive Insurance. And by Coke.
Senior day at Virginia Tech as Coach Justin Fuente coaches this group of seniors for the last time on this field. Beautiful day for football, mid-50s, good crowd here at Lane Stadium in Pittsburgh as Virginia Tech will kick it off deep to Pittsburgh after the touchdown by Josh Jackson. And Quadri Henderson lets it bounce out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That'll be a penalty on the kickoff by Virginia Tech. Here are some more of our impact players brought to you by Food Lion. We take a look at the Pitt Panthers on offense.
Justin Weah, one of the top wide receivers on this team, leads the team with 500 yards. Got to make sure Ben DiNucci gets the ball to this guy. And, of course, we know Brian O'Neill, one of the best offensive tackles in the country, Outland finalist. You're going to see a lot of shifting. They want to set the run with a physical play.
On 1st and 10, play action by DiNucci. He's going to go deep on the first play. Overthrown and incomplete, looking for Jester Weah, his wide receiver. He's covered by the right corner, Brandon Faison.
Brandon Faison could have left for the league last year, 101 coverage here. I love the play action. Take a shot. Why not? Everybody's lined up to play the run, and you give it to your top wide receiver. We just talked about Jester Weah. That's going to be a great matchup. Make sure you keep an eye on that one.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Pitt Panthers, who are 4-6 on the year, 2-4 in the ACC, 5th place in the Coastal Division, coming off a tough home defeat to North Carolina last week, 34-31. Vinny Mahota making the tackle for Virginia Tech. Here are some more of our impact players, brought to you by Food Lion, the Virginia Tech defense.
Tim Settles, the guy right here they call the bell cow. He's the guy in the middle that is very disruptive. Of course, we can't forget about the guy right next to him, Ricky Walker. But also, we talk about the captain. He's wearing 25 right here, Muatu Waka. He's going to be the guy that's going to be very, very vocal and making all the plays.
3rd down and 8 yards to go. DiNucci. Wobbly throw, incomplete. Looking for Jester Weah, his wide receiver in the left flat. Again, coverage by Brandon Faison. 3 and out for the Panthers here in the first quarter.
That's not how Pitt wanted to start off. And if you looked at the last passing play, again, Ben DiNucci's got to get his feet settled. Not throwing on that back foot, making sure he set those feet and throwing on that front foot and getting a good play out of there.
Ryan Winslow will punt it away for Pittsburgh. The dangerous Greg Stroman back to receive at his own 20. Returnable for Stroman. Past the 20 and goes down to the 21-yard line. 10:20 to go, first quarter. 7-0 still. Hokies on top.
Listen, we've all got to make choices.
What if your championship pedigree speaks volumes?
Anybody can lose to anybody on a week-to-week basis.
How do your...
Ronaldo, what do you have for us?
Well, on Pitt's side, we talked about the Hall pass. Darren Hall is the key to this offense. 3 plays, 2 passes, both incomplete. Virginia Tech, on the other hand, we talked about the matchup of the secondary. No big plays. Secondaries have got to have their eyes in the right place.
They fake the jet sweep to Sean Savoy and Josh Jackson gaining positive yardage. It's a gain of 5 to the play, down to the 26.
Talked about Adowu earlier, but we need a few other guys there. This is a young defense. They're looking for someone to be able to step out and make a big play here and get a big stop.
And Jackson, the fake handoff, the throw, nearly intercepted. It's batted away and incomplete, looking for Eric Kuma. Coverage on the play by Avante Maddox, number 14 for the Panthers.
Avante Maddox, great coverage. He sees it all the way. Of course, Josh Jackson is looking at the receiver the entire way and makes a great play on the ball here.
That's one thing the Pitt coaches talked about during the week was get pressure on Josh Jackson, make him uncomfortable, try and get him out of his rhythm, try to make him one-dimensional.
Well, defensive line starts right there. Top defensive line getter in sacks is Rashad Reaver with only 2. They got to get Josh Jackson to the ground if they want to make an impact.
3rd down and 3, Jackson going to the sideline. That's way out of bounds and incomplete, looking for Sean Savoy. Coverage by Avante Maddox once again, and Virginia Tech, after having a great first drive of the game to start the ball game, goes 3 and out. Here it's now 4th down.
Great 3 and out for Pitt. Almost a little worried because we saw the first series. Virginia Tech goes all the way down, marches down, and gets into the end zone. You saw number 23 again. He's going to be blitzing all day. Adowu gets a little pressure.
And the dangerous Quadri Henderson will not return it. He makes the fair catch instead at the 31-yard line. Time now for our Hardee's update. Looking ahead today in ACC football for Georgia Tech against Duke. 3:30 Eastern time here on RSN.
Georgia Tech, I tell you, they had a great win last week. They want to continue that momentum. They played Duke, started off 4-0, and then dropped the last 6. It's going to be an interesting game, but again, Duke lost to Army. They play another option team in Georgia Tech. It's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, Duke started out 4-0. Now they've lost 6 in a row, desperate for a victory today. DiNucci on first down, hands off to Darren Hall, and Darren Hall across the 35, down to the 37-yard line.
This is what we need from Pitt's offense. This is the identity, running the football. The offensive line does a great job. Again, we talk about the physicality here, making lanes for Darren Hall. North-south runner, doesn't waste too much time in his decision-making. I love his physical play as well on the end of that run.
Hall last week at the loss to North Carolina, 4 rushing touchdowns, ran for 121 yards on the ground overall. Gained 6 on that play, brings up 2nd down and 4. DiNucci might have been a broken play. Throws to the running back out of the backfield, Darren Hall. He runs the football, he catches the football. He has enough for the first down, forced out by Luke Reynolds of Virginia Tech.
Well, he fakes the sweep to Quadri Henderson. That, of course, gets the guy's attention. But again, this is one thing that Ben DiNucci does well, running with the football on the naked, going to his left, moving the sticks to his receiver, running back, Darren Hall. He can do both, run the football and is a great pass-catching running back.
Gain of 10, new set of downs for Pitt, first down and 10. Hall again, this time tries the right side, nowhere to go, he slips and falls down. Tackle for a loss in the play by Luke Reynolds, number 6 of Virginia Tech, a loss of 2.
Bud Foster always talks about Luke Reynolds playing here at the free safety position, away from his whip. Here he goes again. He's one of the best blitzers on this Hokie defense. I look for Mook Reynolds to make a lot more of those plays.
And Mook Reynolds, a little shaken up coming off the field. He'll come off at least for one play. Loss of 2 brings up second down and 12. Play fake to Hall. Here comes the pressure. DiNucci has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Looking for Quadri Olesen, his running back, out of the backfield. He was forced out by Tremaine Edmonds of Virginia Tech, along with Reggie Floyd.
Tremaine Edwards gets off on the football right here, standing up in an outside linebacker position. They got a tight end on this guy. A tight end. Chris Clark's trying to do his best, but he cannot block Tremaine Edwards one-on-one, as you can see, putting the pressure on Ben DiNucci. Luckily, he got the ball off there.
Now third and long again for Pittsburgh, third down and 12. Must reach the 42-yard line for the first down. DiNucci over the middle, wide open. Maurice French has the first down. He's inside the 30 and goes down to the 29-yard line. Greg Stroman making the tackle, but not before another first down for Pitt.
Well, this is what we talked about with Ben DiNucci. Give him a little bit of time. Take your time. Don't overplay. Just take what the defense gives you. He sees the open guy up in the middle on the drag route there on French and does a great job moving the chains. This is what they want to do. Of course, tough environment to play in, getting the ball moved.
Gain of 28 on the play. New set of downs for Pitt, first down and 10. DiNucci, quick jet sweep to Maurice French, and he is forced out of bounds by Stroman and Floyd. Short gain on the play brings up second down.
Stroman, double player here, also plays a lot of special teams. As Coach Fuente says, this guy has more heart and a huge competitor on the team. He's not going to miss too many tackles when you come his way.
Pat Narduzzi, the head coach for Pittsburgh in his third year. Won 8 games his first 2 years in back-to-back seasons. 4-6 this year. They need to win out in order to become bowl eligible this season. Second down and 4. Quick handoff to Darren Hall again. He lowers that shoulder. Has the first down. He's past the 20, inside of the 19. Tackled by Andrew Matua-Pawaka for Virginia Tech.
We talked about the left side. Brian O'Neill, Alex Officer, Jimmy Morrissey here getting this block, and then Darren Hall says, let me get the first down. Runs into his own guy, pushes him out of the way.
Quick pass to the right side. That's Rafael Arujo-Lopes, number 82. He dances his way inside of the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Tackled by Greg Stroman for Virginia Tech. That's a gain of 6.
Yeah, you see they're lining up pretty quick. They don't want Bud Foster's defense to get lined up.
Now to the left side, Arujo-Lopes again, spinning off one defender and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rafael Arujo-Lopes with his second touchdown reception of the season, 13 yards out.
Pitt said they're not laying down. This is a great opportunity for them to be able to finish on a great note. And, of course, quick passes here. 2 passes back-to-back to Arujo-Lopes. And Lopes is the best route-running receiver on this team. I mean, a guy who came from a junior college and has made a name for himself on this Pitt offense.
A 9-play, 68-yard drive for Pitt. 3:54 went off the clock, and we have a penalty flag on the field. And Ronaldo, a much better drive this second time around for Pittsburgh compared to the first drive here in the first quarter.
Ben DiNucci, great tempo, not allowing Bud Foster's defense to get set. Quick passes, running the football. I love the balance there between run and pass.
Alex Kessman on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And with 5:43 to go in the first quarter, we are tied at 7. We'll be back after a word from your local ACC station.
What if you're
Here in Blacksburg, it's bow time at Bojangles. Grab a big bow box and feed the whole group with Bojangles chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. Bojangles and Dr. Pepper are giving you a chance to win a VIP trip for two to the 2017 Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship. Enter at theacc.com/BowVIP. Tie game at 7. Here's the last Pitt scoring drive. 9 plays, 68 yards. Almost 4 minutes went off the clock. A much better showing that second series compared to the first for Pitt.
We knew what Darren Hall was going to do, but again, impressed with Ben DiNucci on that drive, the way he managed it.
And Javon Quillen will have to take a knee, take a touchback, come out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Virginia Tech at its own 25 for its 3rd possession of this first quarter.
Virginia Tech, they need to continue to do what they're doing. I love the mixing it up, using Josh Jackson, reading, of course, running the football with the young guy, Jalen Holston, the freshman. I like to see a little bit more down the field, passes down the field, a little bit more accurate down there.
Our 1st and 10 line presented by Cookout, serving fresh char-grilled hamburgers and 40 fancy milkshakes. Jackson on 1st down, wants to throw. He's hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete, going down the middle as he was looking for James Clark, his backup wide receiver. Coverage by Whitehead and Jackson for Pitt.
Yeah, James Clark there, the fastest guy on the team, taking a shot there on that post there, double covered. Jackson goes 3 for 8, 41 yards. Needs to continue to do a good job there throwing the football.
They fake the pitch to McLeese, and Jackson, lowering the shoulder twice, goes down just shy of the 30-yard line, brings up 3rd down and medium range for Virginia Tech, 3rd and 5 after a gain of 5 in the play.
Yeah, just a called run, and here he does the same thing that Darren Hall did. The other play moves the player out of the way. I love the physical play by the young quarterback, Josh Jackson.
Hokies 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversion attempts so far in this game. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Jackson finds a wide open Phil Patterson, has the 1st down and is forced out of bounds by Avante Maddox, number 14 for Pittsburgh. Another Hokie 1st down here at Lane Stadium.
Yeah, this is what we talked about, the man-to-man coverage that you know you're going to get against this Pitt defense here. Again, gets a little pressure, but gets rid of the football, makes a good play there on Patterson, moves the chains.
That was a gain of 18. New set of downs, 1st down and 10, and they give it to McLeese, and Deshaun McLeese is tripped up inside Pitt territory to the 49, a gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Deshaun McLeese here is clapping his hands, took a little trip fall right there, but McLeese has a little bit of wiggle there. He can put a move on you. Sophomore there, he's going to be getting a good dose when Holston's not in there.
It looks like a false start penalty called on Virginia Tech.
5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
You and I talked to head coach Justin Fuente yesterday, and he said it's all about playing better. They lost to a better Miami team 2 weeks ago. They made some mistakes on defense against Georgia Tech last week. He said it's just a matter of playing better, limiting the mistakes, and getting back to Hokie football here at home.
Well, absolutely. Fuente, he wants to be able to see this team gel. Again, we're looking for their identity. They've done a great job in the first drive.
There's Cam Phillips, and for the 38th consecutive game, Cam Phillips has a reception in a football game for Virginia Tech. He's tackled by Chase Pine after a gain of 8.
A little bit fast tempo even here for the offense, but he gets a gain of 8 on that quick inside receiver screen, getting a little blocking from his offensive lineman there, and that's the guy, Cam Phillips. You got to get the ball in his hand.
They throw it to Phillips again, and he has a 1st down, but the penalty marker comes flying in. Phillips came into this game, Ronaldo, needing just 104 yards receiving to become the Hokies' all-time leading receiver in reception yardage.
Holding, offense, number 85, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that reception will be negated after the holding penalty called on tight end Chris Cunningham.
Yeah, right here, I mean, they're going to call that, you know, the guy falls down. Does he have his hands inside, outside? Not sure. But again, no penalties, and this is one of the things that also Coach Fuente talked about. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. Now you're 3rd and long. You won't have an opportunity to be able to convert, and then look at field position.
So now 3rd down and 13.
Look for Pitt to be able to blitz these linebackers.
Jackson, here comes the pressure, and down he goes. He's sacked by Sean Idowu for the Panthers. That's his 3rd sack of the season.
Well, Coach Coughlin, the defensive coordinator, talked about their top player, very vocal, Sean Idowu. We just talked about him being the top blitzer for this Pitt defense, and he's got a blocker, but he defeats the blocker and makes the play on the big sack. Does not want the quarterback, Josh Jackson, to sit back there and bake a cake. They're going to put pressure on him all day.
Correction, that's Idowu's 5th sack of the season. He had 2 last week against North Carolina. They kick it away from Quadri Henderson. Henderson takes it dangerously on the bounce and is finally stopped after a couple of yards on the return to the 25-yard line. And we'll be back after these messages from the Atlantic Coast Conference.
The Atlantic Coast Conference would like to thank...
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Baby, I'm sorry.
7 in Florida State, all over Delaware State.
Well, you can't overlook the Virginia Wahoos there. They're not going to give up the ball. Not too many turnover chains there. A lot of action in the ACC today.
On 2nd down, DiNucci. The play fake. Pulls a Houdini. Runs out of it, and he's going to go long. Looking for Overson, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Reggie Floyd for the Virginia Tech Hokies. That's his 3rd interception of the season.
We talked about good decisions on offense. Ben DiNucci. He's got to throw away the football, live and play another down. You're starting off the series here. I understand this kid is a competitor, but okay. Throw the ball away and get another opportunity to play again, but not taking anything away from the cornerback player, Reggie Floyd. Already has 2 interceptions there. Man-to-man with Greg Stroman. And again, when you throw up a duck like that, you give an opportunity for Reggie Floyd to make a big play there. 2 interceptions already. 1 return for a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like DiNucci was just going to throw it away out of bounds. Instead, he angled it down the sideline, and it was picked off by Reggie Floyd. Bud Foster's defense does it again, forces a turnover. And here's a handoff to Trayvon McMillan, his first carry of the day, and McMillan has no gain.
Yeah, great defense by the Pitt front 4 here. Again, not only physical on offense, but physical on defense there. Salem Brightwell busting the play up for the lead blocker. And then, of course, finishing off Trayvon McMillan, who plays also a dual role, plays a lot of special teams as well.
No gain, 2nd down and 10. Jackson to the right side. It's caught by Sean Savoy, and he's immediately tackled at the 30-yard line by Dane Jackson, the right corner for Pitt.
Well, these cornerbacks are going to be tested all day long, of course, with the man-to-man coverage. Dane Jackson, that's the key. They make the catch, you got to make the tackle. You get it to 3rd and short, have an opportunity.
Gain of 6, 3rd down and 4. As we approach 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Tech is 3 for 5 on 3rd down conversion plays in this first quarter so far. Jackson, quick slant over the middle, caught by Eric Kuma. And Kuma has enough for the Hokie first down to the 45.
Eric Kuma, he already knows short yardage. All you need is a few yards. They take the quick slant right there. Here's a guy that is the guy that does 3rd down conversion. When they want a 3rd down conversion, Brock, they go to Kuma.
And Jackson and the Hokies just let the first quarter clock run out. And at the end of 1, Tie game at 7. Back and forth battle here at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg. Second quarter coming up in a moment.
Top 3 Marriott hotels in North and South America are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, celebrating 11 years and over $5 billion raised for education. To learn more, visit nclottery.com. And for the most part, pretty even.
Pretty even so far. Of course, the last one was a turnover, which Ben DiNucci, I'm sure, wishes he can have that back. But we'll see what Josh Jackson does here.
And the give to Jalen Holston. He goes up the middle and gains a couple down to the 44-yard line. Sean Idowu, who had a sack on the previous possession, picks up the tackle right there.
Idowu comes in and does a great job. But giving credit to Allen Edwards there on that end, breaking up that counter play, giving them opportunity to make the tackle.
Holston again. And double teamed and tackled. First man there, Salim Brightwell, number 39 for the Panthers, and quickly brings up third down.
Salim Brightwell, he just comes out of nowhere, doesn't even slow down there, and puts a nice little lick there on the running back, young guy, Jalen Holston. And that's one thing that they practiced all week. We talked to Josh Coughlin, the D coordinator. Tackling was a big part of it. A lot of missed tackles in that UNC game. That's one of the things that definitely stands out in this game. A lot of good tackling so far.
And on third downs today, Josh Jackson 4 of 5 for 69 yards and completes another one on third down. He's now 5 for 6 passing on third down conversion attempts. Eric Kuma the catch, tackled by Dane Jackson.
Eric Kuma, we talked about who do they go to in the third down conversion? Well, it's Eric Kuma. He's made most of the third down conversions there and does a great job. The defensive back is on him and makes a great catch.
Jackson again, this time Cam Phillips makes his second reception of the game. Forward progress stopped at the 40.
Jordan Whitehead does a great job making a hit there and third and tackles with 48 total. Very physical safety there. Plays a lot in the box for support against the run.
And sometimes he'll play on the other side of the football. He'll play on offense on some jet sweeps. He's on defense right now, primarily a defensive player. They fake the handoff, wide open. Jackson finds Cam Phillips again. He has another first down inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. The Pitt.
Ooh, Cam Phillips takes a hit, but even more so, I love the focus and the concentration, knowing he's probably going to get hit there and hangs on to the football. Again, another good pass by the Frosh quarterback, Josh Jackson.
That's a gain of 18, and they fake the sweep to Cam Phillips looking for Eric Kuma, and Jackson's pass comes up incomplete. Avonte Maddox in the coverage in the secondary for the Panthers.
Avonte Maddox, he is the most experienced cornerback there. He has more production than anyone on the team. Only has one interception. The one thing that Avonte does, he brings a lot of energy to this defense. Waiting for the play call to come in there. A little bit of miscommunication comes to trips on the right side.
Holston coming to the near side and trying to find holes to go through, and that looked like that right leg buckled a little bit as he went down. Salim Brightwell making the tackle on Holston, but he pops up, looks like he's okay.
Yeah, a little hyperextension there on that knee. Gets some good blocking up front from his receivers there, and the big fella, number 64, Eric Gallo there leading the way. And that is scary. Oh, man. That was lucky he was able to get up from that one.
5-yard gain for Holston. He's out bouncing around. Looks like he's okay.
Young guy. There he is. Again, another third down conversion. Who are they going to pass it to? Camus.
And Jackson keeps it himself. Fighting for yardage. He comes up short. He'll be closer than I thought. He's maybe a yard shy of the first down marker. Sean Idowu on the tackle, the linebacker for the Panthers.
They're going for it, I think. Well, maybe not. Yeah, Jackson is a little bit upset. Talked about last week Fuente's calls in terms of third down, going forward, fourth down. wishes he could have made the change, but you can't second guess yourself. You got to go for it and don't second guess.
Brian Johnson on for the 30-yard field goal try from the right hash. It's right through there, and the kick is good with 11:15 to go in the second quarter. The Hokies bounce back and lead it by 3.
What if your championship pedigree speaks volumes?
Anybody can lose to anybody on a week-to-week basis.
How do your wins stack up? What if you're flying under the radar?
Forget the metrics, just who's a better team.
What if everyone believes they can get in? What if your time is running out? The College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show, Tuesday at 7 on ESPN. Presented by Capital One.
And booted away again for Virginia Tech. Quadri Henderson back deep, and he won't have a chance to return it. It's a touchback, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 25.
As you look at the scoring drive, again, we talked about Fuente making that decision. They get 3 points out of it. 12 plays, 61 yards. Very efficient offense. Knocks off 5 minutes on that clock. Great balance here on both sides of the ball.
So after retaking the lead by 3, Virginia Tech back on defense. Pitt trying to answer on its first possession of the second quarter. It looks like Kenny Pickett, the backup quarterback. Pickett, number 8, in for Ben DiNucci. Calls his own number and fights for yardage past the 30. Goes down just past the 30-yard line. So Kenny Pickett playing for the first time since they played against NC State. 6'2", 215, a freshman.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett from Oakhurst, New Jersey. And this is what they talked about by getting a lot of these young guys some experience. And as you can see there, does a great job with his feet. Way to get the young guy in for play and getting that rhythm in.
Pickett enrolled at Pitt back in January of this year. Rated as the nation's number 10 rated pro-style quarterback by 24/7 Sports as he hands off to Darren Hall, and Hall goes nowhere. Didn't have a Hall pass on that one, Ronaldo. He gets double-teamed and tackled. First man there, Andrew Matua-Pawaka, number 25 for Tech.
Matua-Pawaka here, the vocal leader, wearing that number 25 jersey today as a senior. We talked to Coach Fuente about he saved all the way from last year. He already knew that he was going to wear that number 25. He was just hoping he wouldn't get injured, Brock.
Each week, a different Hokie player wears number 25 in honor of legendary coach and player at Tech, Frank Beamer, who wore number 25 in his playing days. Also, it's a fundraiser, the Drive for 25, here with Virginia Tech Athletics. 3rd down and 7. Pickett to the sideline. Jester Weah, no, can't make the grab. It's incomplete. Greg Stroman right there, the corner for Virginia Tech, and Pittsburgh goes 3 and out.
Greg Stroman, again, one of the top competitors. Not that big, and so I can understand why they would go after him. 6'3", 215, Jester Weah. But you can't match the heart of a lion when you look at Greg Stroman there, 6 feet, 181 pounds on paper, Brock. But then, okay, he's a giant there when he starts playing and making big plays.
Oh, and that might have been partially blocked to the line of scrimmage, and the ball takes a Pitt bounce. Bounces nicely past inside the 35, and it's down finally at the 31. Timeout taken on the field, 9:30 to go in the second quarter. Tech at home by 3.
I got a mortgage offer from the bank.
What if your
ACC team, and check out the fun practice modes. Our crew has played it, like Tom Werman, Dave Archer, DJ Shockley, also our studio people, Tommy Bowden and Stan Norfleet. Well, there's Ben DiNucci on the bench, wearing the headband. He is healthy. As we have confirmation from Pitt officials, they just wanted to get the backup in there, Kenny Pickett, give him some reps, some repetitions, some experience as the regular season starts to come down to the end.
There's no question, too, on that last interception. Should not have passed the ball, sending the message.
Jackson wide open is his receiver, and he can't get up to it. It's incomplete. Phil Patterson making the diving effort down the middle. He was wide open, just overthrown.
Yeah, Jackson, we talked about his speed down the field. And, of course, he overruns the coverage here. I know Josh Jackson wishes he can have that one back, taking the shot to start the series off.
Josh Jackson, he was banged up after that Miami loss a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't 100% last week in the game against Georgia Tech. Played most of the game. Backup A.J. Bush played some. But it looks like Jackson is back to pretty much 100% coming into this game today.
Yeah, Josh Jackson had a great week of practice. And you talked about A.J. Bush came in as more of a run threat to give Josh Jackson some rest after that physical game against Miami, and looks back to his old self today and full of energy. And here we are again, Brock, 3rd and long. This has been the key right here. Who is he going to pass it to? He's got 5 wides all the way out, empty backfield.
Jackson feels the pressure, has to unload, and it's incomplete. Looking for Cam Phillips over the middle. Even if he had caught it, it would have been well short of the first down marker. Elijah Zeiss on the coverage for Pitt.
Yeah, Amir Watts from Chicago, my hometown, put some pressure there on the quarterback. And this is what Josh Coughlin, the defensive coordinator, talked about, not allowing Josh Jackson to just sit back there.
A high punt, and Henderson tries to return it from his own 26, and taken down by Matua Pawaka on senior day. The senior himself takes down Henderson for a loss of 1 on the return. We'll be back after a word from your local ACC station.
What if you're...
The ACC network is also in 27 of the top 30 markets and 12 of the top 13. Check us out at raycomsports.com. Our 1st and 10 line presented by Cookout, serving fresh char-grilled hamburgers and 40 fancy milkshakes. And Pickett fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself. A pretty good game. Past the 30, down to the 31.
Yeah, we talked about Ben DiNucci, not injured, but going with the young guy, Kenny Pickens here. Keeps it on the read play. Good yardage for a first down, 5 yards.
The gain of 5 for Pickett. On the season, 6 of 14 passing, 74 yards. He's yet to throw a touchdown or an interception. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. The play fake to Hall, and Pickett finds a wide open Rafael Araujo Lopes. He has the first down as he crosses the midfield stripe and goes down to the 49-yard line. Tackled by Luke Reynolds of Virginia Tech. A gain of 20 on the play.
Araujo Lopes, talked about him being one of the top route runners, but very impressed by the young guy, Kenny Pickett there. Setting his feet to the open wide receiver, moving the sticks.
So Kenny Pickett with a nice pass for positive yardage inside of the Tech 49. Fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh at 1st down and 10.
Hokies need a stop here.
Double fakes. Pickett going deep. Down the middle looking for Jester Weah. It's overthrown and incomplete. Greg Stroman, the corner on the coverage for the Hokies. That was a pretty good pass by Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, good pass and great protection up front on the play action. Also reverse. That play takes a long time to develop there, and it shows you how much protection he had to be able to make that pass. If it was just a little bit shorter, we may have a chance on it. Young quarterback, you know, you don't always expect a guy to make those throws, but I love the call nevertheless.
Pickett has to step up, call his own number. And the referee, the official, gets tackled in on the play as Pickett ran right over him.
Brock, I think the referee kept him from putting his knee down, and Pickett said, I'm going again. Thank you, ref. Yeah, right here, he just has nothing downfield, and he just Makes a run for it, but my knee is not down. I'm over the referee, and the ref is trying to get out of the way and get to the middle of it. Hand comes off. Physical, man. The ref is physical. I think the ref does get a little credit for that tackle too, right, Rob?
Either the tackle or a interference penalty.
Okay.
And Pickett has to call a timeout. Play clock was winding down, didn't like what he saw. So Pickett and Pittsburgh take a timeout.
This will be a third timeout.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech, the Hoagie defense, they've been stingy at home. 4-1 when they allow 8 points per game. And that's been the average the last 5 games. Of course, we know about the Clemson game here, and we talked about those big plays early in the broadcast. But again, here, Pitt giving them a lot.
Our coverage of ACC football is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network. We welcome the men and women of the U.S. Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, and Marines stationed around the globe in 175 countries. And on the high seas, we are so proud to have you with us and hope you are enjoying the broadcast. At Tech's 42-yard line, Pittsburgh, 3rd down and 3 yards to go. The Panthers are 1 for 3 on 3rd down plays so far today.
Defense wants to crowd into it, see if they can match it.
Penalty flag comes in before the snap. False start on Pitt. And that's very unusual for Pittsburgh because this year, Ronaldo, Pitt ranks 5th nationally in fewest penalties this season. They had just 1 last week against North Carolina, and now an unusual false start here today.
Yeah, and you see the movement by the left tackle, but he's looking at the defensive line shifting there. Great call by the defensive coordinator, and of course, that's when the crowd takes advantage of this crowd noise here.
So now 3rd down and 8. 4 receivers for Pickett to work with on 3rd down and long, and Pickett has to scramble. Being chased by Tim Settle, and Pickett stumbles and falls down, goes out of bounds first at the 48-yard line, brings up 4th down and 7.
I love the big fella here. Wearing number 4, looks a little slim there in that number 4 there. You see the big fellas there. Tim Settle is a guy that came in and did a miraculous transformation. He was 360, a little bit sloppy there when he came in, and he's made the biggest transformation and was only able to play 4 plays, but the big fella chases him down. I love it on Kenny Pickett.
It actually goes down as a sack.
Oh, gets a sack in there too.
Minus 1 yard on the play, brings up 4th down and 9. And Pitt has to punt it away to the dangerous Greg Stroman, who has 6 career return touchdowns, 4
got a piece
on punt returns. And a partially deflected kick takes a Pittsburgh bounce again inside down to the 10.5-yard line for the punt. We'll be back after these messages from the Atlantic Coast Conference. First down and 10, and Jackson in trouble. Gets out of his own end zone, has to throw it away as he's thrown, and it's incomplete. That had disaster written all over it. He was able to throw it away.
Yeah, could have been very costly there as Rashad Weaver almost got him down, and this is what they wanted to see on Pitt's defense. You had guys that are playing good one week and not so good the next week, and Rashad Weaver, 2 sacks, but that leads the team.
From the 11, 2nd down and 10. This is Jalen Holston. And fights for yardage past the 10, down to the 11, maybe the 12. Tackled by Mike Herndon for Pittsburgh.
This is interesting because Mike Herndon is also an offensive lineman. And we've seen him in there, Brock, and I'm looking at the board and it's saying offense, but this guy must want to have a heart for defense. He's made some good plays out there in the middle.
Hokies 5 for 9 on 3rd down plays today. It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Jackson slings it to Cam Phillips, and Phillips near the first down marker. In fact, he's passed it. He has the first down for Virginia Tech, a gain of 11.
Yeah, Cam Phillips, just does a great job of knowing exactly where he needs to end up, right in that pocket of defenders there, giving his quarterback an opportunity to get the ball there, and they move the chains there. Again, another third down conversion.
Jackson, 11 of 20 passing for 129 yards. And a short gain for Virginia Tech as Rashad Weaver, number 17, on the tackle for the Panthers.
Yeah, Rashad Weaver, we just talked about him rushing the football, but again, stopping the run. It's important because you want to be able to do both as a defensive end.
Play fake to Holston. Jackson going long, and it's intercepted by Avonte Maddox, the left corner for Pitt. That's his second interception of the season.
Well, they've been picking on Avonte the entire game, and Avonte said, enough of this. Makes him pay. The ball, not sure if he got pressured on that one, and it just throws it up like a duck there and gives Avonte Maddox an opportunity to make a big play. Huge play for Pitt. Again, looking at Sean Savoy there, the freshman, not sure if there was a miscommunication or not.
So now the Panthers, after the interception, new set of downs, first down and 10 from inside the 48 of Virginia Tech. Quadri Olison, number 37, getting the carry. Goes off left guard. That's the first time he's had the ball in his hands today. Gain of 2, brings up second down and 8.
That's what we talked about, running the football. And as you have Hall coming back, of course, Quadri Henderson coming back into the game.
Now Alderson and Hall both in the backfield, and now Alderson goes down into the slot. Henderson in motion. They give to Henderson on the jet sweep, has a first down and more inside the 30. And following blockers inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line. Another big gain for Pitt. It's first down as he was forced out of bounds by Greg Stroman of Virginia Tech.
Well, again, put the ball in your best playmaker's hands, and that's Quadri Henderson. Believe it or not, has not had a touchdown by running on the offense. The only touchdown he's had is on punt return. But then you have O'Neal, Brock, who you talked about, very physical, blocks downfield, opens that lane for his wide receiver, Quadri Henderson.
Gain of 26 for Henderson. New set of downs, first and 10 for Pitt. Kenny Pickett trying to get to the edge and forced out inside the 20. Tremaine Edwards on the force out for Virginia Tech at a gain of 3. You talked about Quadri Henderson as he came out of the game for that play. We talked to the head coach of Virginia Tech, Justin Fuente, yesterday, and he said, first and foremost, the one guy they got to stop that's most dangerous for Pitt on those jet sweeps is Quadri Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a great decoy, but also he can make some huge plays for this offense, and you got to key in on him.
Pickett throws, finds Darren Hall, the running back, out of the backfield, stretching his way, trying to get to the first down marker, and he's just shy. Goes down at about the 11.5-yard line, brings up third down and short.
Yeah, there, Deion Newsome gets him down, but it just shows you the power of this running back, Darren Hall. I mean, you think he's only going to just get a few yards, and he just keeps it going there. I like the tackle by Deion Newsome early in the game, had a few missed tackles. We saw the touchdown there. Good tackle to live another down, third and short.
And the give to Jordan Whitehead, the defensive player who sometimes plays on offense, and he is tackled for a loss in the play. Brings up fourth down. Tremaine Edmonds made the tackle for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds just shoots the gap right here past Jimmy Morrissey. That's his guy, but again, you're going to see a lot of blitzing on certain plays, both run and pass, and right here comes up big for the tackle for loss.
It's a loss of 3. Pittsburgh now 1 of 5 on third down plays today. And a timeout taken. And we will be back after these messages from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Snap and hold are good, but the kick is wide to the right. He pushed it wide, and it's no good. Golden opportunity to try and tie the game, and he pushed it wide to the right. That's his 8th miss of the season.
And the defense can certainly thank the crowd noise. Of course, all things considered, defense does a great job of making some huge plays when they really needed it. And again, only 7 points in this first half so far.
And the Hokie crowd perhaps disrupting his concentration, also fired up after that miss on that 33-yard attempt by Alex Kessman. Now Virginia Tech's offense comes onto the field, taking over on downs. Josh Jackson and the Hokies first down and 10 at their own 20. And motion on the line, false start, Virginia Tech.
Prior to snap, false start. Number 15 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's on the wide receiver, Sean Savoy.
That missed field goal, it can impact you in such a way because you make such a great drive, you get an interception, and then not getting any points out of that sometimes can change your whole momentum. Again, you're coming to a hostile environment. You got to make those plays there.
Ooh, dangerous inside receiver screen, and it's incomplete, looking for Eric Kuma of Virginia Tech. That was batted around like a volleyball, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, you're on your end. You got to be careful. Again, that quick passing game there, and dangerous pass right there. Could have gone the other way.
Second and 15, inside handoff. This is Jalen Holston. Holston back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. Brings up third down and 10. Timeout taken by Pitt with 1:04 remaining in the second quarter.
This timeout will be 30 seconds.
And while we have a timeout, the college football playoff rankings is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. There you see Alabama, number 1. 2 ACC teams in the mix at 2 and 3. Clemson and Miami, they'll play in the ACC title game in a couple of weeks. NC State, the only other ACC team in there, at number 19. And Miami right now trailing against Virginia at home, 21-14.
Wow. Look at the Wahoos coming in Miami, trying to come up with the upset.
Who would have imagined that?
Oh, not too many. Again, you play such an emotional game against Notre Dame, and then you come back and you're looking at Virginia and you say, oh, we just need to get to the ACC championship game. You can't overlook anyone in this league.
2 timeouts remaining for Tech, 1 remaining for Pitt. Third down and 10. Jalen Holston fighting for yardage and has a first down for Virginia Tech. On 3rd and 10, he got 11. They stop the clock momentarily, then they'll move the chains.
Well, they got 2 timeouts left here, and of course, quick tempo, great first down play there because you were 3rd and long and definitely needed to move the chains.
Jackson, 1st and 10, incomplete, threw way behind his intended receiver, James Clark.
Yeah, in the beginning, I'm looking at this play, on this 3rd down run play because Pitt, they're looking to get the ball back possibly. And here, we talked about the physical play of Holston, the young guy, north and south runner, doesn't play around too much, doesn't do too much wiggle, and this is why they like the young fella here. Came again from a wing T type of offense in high school, very physical. Great job getting that first down.
Jackson over the middle, deflected, incomplete. Looking for Eric Kuma again. A couple of Panthers in the secondary on the coverage, and now 3rd and 10 for Tech.
He overthrows the quick drag route. He's got to make that throw. Again, he's got the time. Eric Kuma, we know that has made a lot of different 3rd down conversions there, and again, game management. Still a little time left on the clock here on this 3rd down conversion, and you know Pitt.
Jackson, the draw to Jalen Holston goes nowhere as Amir Watts, number 34, also James Folston there, making the tackle for the Panthers. Timeout, Pittsburgh. It's last of the first half, 37 seconds remaining, forcing 4th down.
Yeah, it's such a critical play. We saw the last run play there, and again, a guy was free in the middle actually from Pitt and just missed the tackle, which is something that they talked about. And then again, you get Elijah Zeiss doing a great job along with number 34, Amir Watts.
Coming up on our PNC Investments halftime report, Katie Witham, Tommy Bowden, and Stan Norfleet will have highlights from the Citadel at number 2 Clemson, and also the big surprise, Virginia at 3rd-ranked Miami game. Virginia leading that one right now. All that and more coming up on the PNC Investments halftime report from our studio in Charlotte. The punt by Virginia Tech, fair catch by Quadri Henderson, makes the grab at the 30-yard line. 30 seconds to go for Pitt in the second quarter, down 10-7.
You get the young guy coming out, Kenny Pickett, still in the game. Hadn't seen him make too many long throws down the football field. You're in Virginia Tech territory. Don't want to do anything stupid again. Defense is going to play deep. Again, you got to take what the defense gives you there, and maybe a short pass. Who knows? I know Jester Weir, he's been the guy that they've been going to all day, but don't forget Quadri Henderson.
Pickett finds his tight end, Chris Clark, and Clark gains 10, actually 11, down to the 41-yard line. Stop the clock to move the chains. Tackle by Anthony Shagag of Tech.
Right now, Bud Foster just saying, hey, play everything in front of you. Don't let anyone get deep behind you and make the tackle when the receiver catches the football.
Pickett finds Maurice French. Nearing the midfield stripe, gain of 7, brings up 2nd down and 3. 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Sooner or later, they're going to have to take a shot down the field. Going to need some great protection up front. Defensive line for Virginia Tech. These are the opportunities that you're licking your chops about. Three-man rush. Extra nickel in the backfield.
Pickett avoids the pressure. Still avoiding, finding Darren Hall, but he's in bounds, and the clock will run out because Pitt, or does he have the first down? Yes, he has the first down. So they'll stop the clock momentarily to set the chains as he got right at the first down marker.
Very impressed by Pickett.
And Pickett spikes the football. Did he spike it in time before the first half clock ran out? He says put 1 second back on.
Gives Pickett an opportunity to throw it down the field for a Hail Mary.
1 second, please.
So 1 more second to go on the second quarter clock for Pitt to work with. They'll try the long pass play one more time before the break.
Correction, when the ball hit the ground, the clock was on 0. That's the end of the first half.
Now they change their mind and say clock ran out. Halftime is here. Your halftime score, 10-7 in favor of Virginia Tech here on Senior Day at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg. Back and forth battle, but a defensive-minded game so far. Pitt, Georgia, the Mega Pitt, Virginia Tech. Here at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, 10-7, Tech with the lead at home by 3. This day for football, temperature in the mid-50s. here in beautiful Blacksburg in the Commonwealth of Western Virginia, and we are underway in the third quarter, and Quadri Henderson lets it bounce out of bounds, touchback. Pitt will have the football, 1st and 10 at its own 25 to try and tie, if not take the lead on this trip.
Well, of course, doing the touchback, that's the first part of it. You don't want Quadri Henderson to get the football, just kick it out of the end zone. But you know for sure this young guy, Kenny Pickett, who we see coming into the game, Ben DiNucci, of course, is still on the sideline. You got to be able to run the football to be able to take pressure off the young guy, and then maybe there's some big plays down the field.
There's Pickett's numbers in relief of DiNucci in the first half, 5 of 7, 46 yards. Threw a long pass of 20 yards. He gets the third quarter start here in Lane Stadium in a 10-7 lead for Virginia Tech, and already Kenny Pickett, before a second has even ticked off the third quarter clock, has to call one of his 3 remaining timeouts.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, it was something that he was not comfortable with, and calls the timeout there. You see Ben DiNucci there. He's over there with his helmet on. At any time can be called to go in.
Let's take a look at our Haviland defensive shield.
We talked about this defensive play by Virginia Tech, ranking nationally, only giving up 14 points per game. And then we talked about the home field advantage, and of course, ranked 6th here in scoring defense. So they're just not just allowing points, but they like scoring on defense too, Brock.
So out of the timeout, first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter. 10-7, Virginia Tech with the lead. They give to Darren Hall, and he is smoked and taken down for a loss in the play as Tremaine Edmonds and Tim Settle take him down. It's been a tough day at the office for Darren Hall today.
It may be, but you still got to run the football. But here is a physical play. Tremaine Edmonds, we've called him all day. But look at the line. Right there, the big fella Settles there is playing awesome football there and very physical. You heard we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Narduzzi, and he looked at the film of these 2 big guys in the middle, and he was like, man, these guys can play very physical.
For Hall today, 6 carries, only 4 yards. He lost 3 yards on that play. Brings up 2nd down and 13. Pickett will swing it to the right side. Passes juggled and caught by Rafael Arujo Lopes in the right flat. He's tackled by Luke Reynolds, the linebacker for Tech.
This is a hard play right here for the quarterback, and this is why this guy was a 4-star prospect here, being able to throw it on a line right there to get it to his receiver, Arujo Lopes.
So 3rd down and 3. Must reach the 35-yard line for the first down. The play fake to Hall. Pickett under pressure, and down he goes. Penalty flag comes flying in. He's sacked at the 29-yard line, taken down by Trevon Hill, the defensive end for Virginia Tech.
There's no foul on the play.
So no foul on the play, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Trevon Hill here getting in on the sack pressure. Linebackers, they're sending the house here, and too many for Pittsburgh offense to be able to block. Surprised about the play call offensively. You got Darren Hall. We've talked about him quite often, and try to put it into the young guy's hands, which Bud Foster says he's not going to allow this young guy to beat him on with his defense there.
Ryan Winslow to punt it away. Beautiful, gorgeous punt, sending Stroman back to his own 17. And Stroman tackled for a short return past the 25 to the 26. Early third quarter, Tech still leads it by 3.
Comfort. The Ohio State Buckeyes are the first national champions. Alabama back on top. Clemson Tigers, new kings of college.
Yesterday to talk with Coach Fuente, and great facilities, a lot of the greats, D'Angelo Hall, Bruce Smith, guys that I play with, Jay Haygood there, and Cornell Brown, some of the great Hoagies.
And Jalen Folston tackled immediately by Sean Idowu, the star linebacker for Pittsburgh. Second down, no gain in the play, second down and 10.
Jalen Holston a little bit slow getting up. We saw leg went back, in the first quarter. And their physical hit by Sean Adogu on the young fella, Jalen Holston.
Jackson, quick throw, and finds his receiver going down is Cam Phillips. He had a bit of a quiet game last week against Georgia Tech's defense. A little quiet here so far today. A gain of 5 brings up third down and 5 from the 31.
Yeah, notice a little bit faster tempo here. They want to get in and get out, be very concise there, and be able to get that rhythm for Jackson there.
Jackson, pressure coming, throws incomplete. Looking for Eric Kuma, his wide receiver. Avante Maddox on the coverage. And just like that, the Hokies go 3 and out.
Yeah, 3 and out there and bring in Avante Maddox. Feels the pressure, but again, it just shows you what pressure does to a young quarterback.
Oscar Bradburn to punt it away. Quadri Henderson, returnable punt from his own 20. Backpedals and is taken down at the 14-yard line. Javon Quillen, number 26, on the great special teams tackle. Early moments, third quarter, still 10-7 Tech.
What if
college in California in the desert, even though he's based in Florida and does a great job there making some plays.
And Pickett avoids the sack, and on the rollout, he finds Jester Wea, considered to be the best hands receiver on the club. He has the first down. They'll move the chains.
Very impressed with Pickett again. The maturity level comes from a great program there, and running and making the completion and moving the chains for the first down.
Gain of 17. Here is Darren Hall. The yardage has just been hard to come by for him today. Just a handful of carries, a handful of yards. He had 3 straight 100-yard games rushing coming into today. In fact, he had a 254-yard rushing game earlier this year at Duke. Quiet running the football today for Darren Hall as Pickett is taken down and sacked at the 20, maybe the 30-yard line. Andrew Matua-Pawaka, number 25 on the tackle for Virginia Tech.
Matua-Pawaka, great coverage by the Hokie defense in the back end there, and this is what we talked about. They're going to let these young quarterbacks force them to beat them, and Matua-Pawaka makes a great play on the sack. The young guys got to get rid of the football and throw it away.
3rd and 14, and Pittsburgh today just 1 of 6 on third down conversions. Must reach the 44 for the first down. Pickett, good protection. Over the middle, pass is caught by Maurice French, and depending on the spot, he just might have the first down. He's going to be close. Anthony Shagag on the tackle.
Great coverage. Great again protection for the young quarterback, and French comes across the field. They give him the first down here on this drag route, deep drag route, and get moving the sticks.
1st and 10, Darren Hall goes nowhere. Loss of 2 yards in the play. Reggie Floyd, the strong safety on the tackle for Virginia Tech.
Reggie Floyd, we saw him get the interception here, but comes in the alley and makes a great play. Tackle for loss on a pretty good running back, Darren Hall.
How about Kenny Pickett? This is basically the 3rd-string quarterback. Max Brown, the starter, went out early in the season. Ben DiNucci came in, did a nice job, struggled in the first half today. Now you have Kenny Pickett getting some reps and doing a good job.
Well, again, the young fella is doing a good job in managing the game. Has to make a good throw here.
Pickett finds Jester Wea. Forward progress stopped for just a gain of 2. He's down to the 46. And here's the injury to original starter Max Brown earlier in the season.
Max Brown, early in the year, he was the guy in terms of this Pittsburgh offense. And you never know when you're going to have those type of injuries. That's why it's important to always rep the second-team guys, even the third-team guys, as I'm sure as Kenny Pickett moved up to the second string behind Ben DiNucci and doing a pretty good job in managing the football game.
3rd and 8. Pickett hit as he throws, and he finds Jester Rehab at well shy of the first down marker. Goes down to the 47.
Well, Tim Settles, again, one-on-one, he's going to win most of those. And we talked about the transformation that Tim Settles had during the offseason, staying in the weight room right here. And, again, pretty much of a stunt here, a tech stunt here, where the defensive tackle goes upfield, the defensive end comes underneath. Great job by Tim Settle putting pressure on the young quarterback, putting a lick on him.
Winslow will punt it away to the dangerous Greg Stroman of Virginia Tech. A clean punt this time. Stroman lets it bounce into the end zone, a touchback, and Virginia Tech will have the ball back. And it's senior day here at Virginia Tech, honoring all the seniors playing for the final time in Lane Stadium. How about Andrew Matua-Pawaka playing big-time defense here today for Tech?
Matua-Pawaka loves the game of football. Wasn't highly recruited when he came out of high school. A little bit undersized. But he does it all over the field, Brock. I mean, they put this guy in on special teams, and everywhere he goes, he makes plays. They say he's an overachiever. This guy just plays with the heart of a lion.
Jackson on the play fake on first down has to scramble. And simply throws it away. It's incomplete. And it's one thing the Pitt coaches, head coach, defensive coordinator talked about, getting pressure on Jackson, making him one-dimensional, try and make him uncomfortable, get him out of his rhythm, and we have a injured player for Pitt on the field.
Keyshawn Camp, defensive tackle from Lakeland, Florida. They're already putting an offensive lineman in there to kind of rotate, so you definitely need a Keyshawn Camp.
And we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station.
What if you're getting some pressure, stepping up in the pocket as a good quarterback does? Mark Richt coaches him up, delivering.
That was our Hardee's update. Miami and Virginia.
Keeping it close there in Miami.
With a tie game down in South Beach. Jackson, quick throw, finds Phil Patterson, his backup wide receiver, and he has the first down past the 30, down to the 31-yard line for Virginia Tech, a gain of 11.
This is what I was looking for from the young guy, Jackson. We know about the first drive, but it's been a little bit shabby there in terms of passing the football and coming up with the first down there to Patterson.
So Deshaun McLeese in the backfield behind Jackson. 1st and 10, here is McLeese. Nice run, nice gain past the 35, down to the 37. Tackled by Elijah Zeiss, a pickup of 6.
Elijah Zeiss makes the tackle, but Salim Brightwell, who usually doesn't miss tackles, he's free there on the side, and Narduzzi talked about that. You have guys there that are free to make the tackle, they got to make the play.
McLeese again, back-to-back nice runs by McLeese. He has enough of the first down and more for Virginia Tech. 1st and 10, Hokies a gain of 8.
And McLeese, we know about his wiggle, and of course, number 23, we called him all day, Adowu. But McLeese is a different type of runner. He's going to give you a little bit of a move, so you can't look at his shoulders. You got to watch the hips when you're making that tackle.
McLeese from Chesapeake, Virginia, just a redshirt sophomore. They fake the carry to him, and Jackson keeps it himself. And he is close to the first down marker. In fact, he's right at it at the 46. Gain of 10, first down and 10 yards to go for Virginia Tech. Making the tackle was Jordan Whitehead and Phil Campbell for Pitt.
Yeah, read option here. Rashad Weaver takes the running back, and Jackson does a great job in his decision-making. This is what we saw early in the first quarter. Being able to get back to that decision-making and putting the ball in Jackson's hand, and he makes a play.
7 carries, 28 yards rushing on the day for the quarterback, Josh Jackson.
First down. That play's under review.
Are they reviewing the spot?
For the first down, yeah. I want to take another look at it for the guys in the booth. And, you know, Brock, we know that the strength of the Hokie team in general is their defense. And as they're checking this spot right here for another time here and seeing if Jackson got past the marker, where does that knee go down? Get another angle here.
Had to reach the 46.
He goes down right there. It's got to be conclusive, and if it's inconclusive, I believe the play will stand. And we talked about the Hokie defense being the strength, but when you're able to get positive, as Coach Fuente talked about, opportunistic offensive plays, this is what we're seeing from what we saw in the first quarter, now that we're seeing this now in the third quarter.
You know, Virginia Tech does a good job on fade passes this year, and we haven't seen a whole lot of fade routes run by Virginia Tech today. Does that surprise you?
Down 1.5 yards short of the line of game. It'll be second down and 1.5 yard to go at the 46.5 yard line.
So he is indeed short by about 0.5 yard. Second down and short for Virginia Tech.
Well, that's why the refs get paid the big bucks, Brock. They make those calls.
So second down and short. The give to McLeese. Now he has the first down. He's at the 45, a gain of 1. Elias Reynolds, the linebacker, on the stop for Pitt.
Interesting note, last week, same situations. Of course, the game was on the line, short yardage plays, 2 pass plays on those short yardage plays. And here, having an opportunity to make that change and running plays.
Jackson on first down, dangerous pass, incomplete, nearly picked off by the corner, Avante Maddox, number 14. In fact, Maddox is more open than the receiver.
Yeah, Avante Maddox, and again, this is what you get from a young quarterback. Here he is eyeing the slant the entire time, and Avante Maddox just makes a big play. This is where the experience comes in from a secondary guy who's played a lot of downs, and Avante Maddox, who had an interception early, is saying, I may get another one. That could have been easily a pick 6.
Looked like a out route, but the receiver ran an inside pattern, and it's incomplete. McLeese started left and had to go back up to the middle. Short gain to the 45, Rashad Wheeler on the tackle, number 90 for the Panthers.
Yeah, Rashad Wheeler makes the tackle. Avante Maddox is the one that forces the ball back inside where he doesn't give McLeese an easy lane to be able to run, and he has to kind of do a back jump and causes almost a loss of yardage.
Third and 10, Jackson escapes. Slings it, passes caught right at the first down marker by Cam Phillips. Mr. Reliable has the first down for the Hokies.
Jackson feels the pressure. Adowu comes in on that pressure there, but again is able to set his feet and gets it to his big-time receiver, Cam Phillips.
Who's getting closer and closer to becoming the all-time yardage receiving leader in Virginia Tech Hokie history. Here comes the pressure on Jackson on first down. He'll air it out towards the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Phillips again. Avante Maddox right there in the boundary, incomplete.
Dwayne Hendricks just puts a pass rush, speed rush on the offensive tackle here. And new guy, Parker Arsterloh, is in the game. Been injured most of the year. He's a senior, and of course, he wants to be able to have an opportunity, but you see Cam Phillips here He's catching up with Isaiah Ford.
45 yards away from tying, 46 from breaking the record. The all-time yardage receiving record in sight at Virginia Tech Hokie history for Cam Phillips as Deshaun McLeese moves the pile down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4, brings up 3rd down and 6.
Critical series right here, 3rd down. They're 38% Hokie offense on 3rd down here, and be interesting to see Josh Jackson in terms of his decision making here.
Quick throw, pass is caught. James Clark upended. Backup wide receiver goes down short of the line to gain. Jordan Whitehead, the strong safety, showing the strength, taking him down short of the line.
Oh, Jordan Whitehead here comes in the alley, doesn't even slow down. I mean, that's a clinic tackle right there. I mean, just does a great job. You think he's going to get that 1st down, but here we are, 4th down. Critical decision.
4-down territory, 4th down and 3. A timeout taken by Justin Fuente and Virginia Tech.
First charge timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Time now for our Hardee's update. Miami and Virginia in a good one, as Hurricane quarterback Malik Rozier has 2 touchdown passes in this game. Virginia, Miami tied at 28 mid-3rd quarter down in Miami. Did you expect this?
I did not expect this, and as we just heard from our truck guys at Miami, just got a pick 6. I guess Manny Diaz is the defensive coordinator. The turnover chain comes out, but I love the way the Wahoos are playing. I mean, nothing to lose. Why not? Leave it on the field.
And if the Cavaliers surprise people today, if they upset Miami, that does all kinds of things to the college football playoff rankings when they come out on Tuesday.
Yep.
Quick snap on 4th down and 3. Jackson throwing, pass broken up and incomplete. Dennis Briggs getting a hand in there, knocking it away from Cam Phillips.
Wow. What a big play for this Pitt defense. And you can see Jackson wanted to go ahead and dump it to the running back coming out of the backfield. It was well covered by the Pitt defense, and again, great coverage on the back end by Dennis Briggs, who is playing in the backup role, but makes a big play there from the redshirt junior.
So big play by the Pitt defense. Now coming up back on the field. 1st and 10 Panthers at their own 27. Darren Hall and nowhere to go. Swarmed and tackled. Tremaine Phillips, number 49, the first man there for Virginia Tech. Let's take a look at our Duke Energy ACC standings. Brought to you by Duke Energy. Clemson in 1st place at 7-1. Everyone else trying to play catch up to the Tigers in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, and you look at NC State, who usually also plays for that ACC championship. Still have a lot to play against a Wake Forest team. But look at Miami right there on the verge, playing a hard-fought game against the Wahoos.
So Clemson, Miami will play for the ACC title game in a couple of weeks. In Charlotte, little shovel pass from Pickett to Darren Hall, and Darren Hall breaking tackles and finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Darren Hall tackled by Reggie Floyd. A shovel pass from Kenny Pickett to Darren Hall, his biggest play of the day.
Yeah. Coach Conklin, the D coordinator in the booth as well. He's seeing a lot of aggressive play, guys getting upfield, and great call, shuffle pass for the offensive coordinator making that call there, and comes up big for Darren Hall. We talked about getting the football, and they did a creative play in getting him the football in that big run play.
44-yard completion on the shovel pass from Pickett to Darren Hall, and now on 1st down, Pickett again throws, finds Quadri Olison. And Olison has enough for the 1st down. He's inside the 20, down to the 19. Tackled by Haushin Gaines, backup defensive end for the Hokies.
A little bit of a momentum change here in this atmosphere, and of course, Pitt coming in and making some good plays. And again, I can't say enough about the young quarterback here, Pickett, and moving the football and having the opportunity, knocking on the door to have an opportunity to score.
Pickett very efficient today, 12 of 14 passing for 148 yards. Olesen on the carry up the middle. Inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 6.
And Olsen, you see him a few times giving Darren Hall a blow there, and that's what you want from your backup running back. No negative plays. He makes the most out of it, lowers his shoulder, picks up about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Now it looks like Pitt will let the clock run out at the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. 1 more to go. Pitt driving with a chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Back and forth battle, mostly a defensive slugfest. After 3, Tech still leads by 3.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been.
That's brought to you by Excedrin. Pretty even for the most part across the board and almost an even game.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. If you look at the total yardage and then time of possession, only separated by 1 minute.
Handoff to Hall, slips and falls. Oh, it's been a tough day for Darren Hall. Slips and falls down. It goes down for a loss in the play, back to the 16.
Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds gets pressure up the field, and look at the defensive line getting that push to allow Edmonds to get there. And even though he won't be credited for the tackle, he's credited for the play.
10 carries, just 2 yards on the day for Darren Hall, who had been averaging 162 yards rushing per game in the last 3 contests for Pitt.
Defense getting the crowd noise into it.
3rd and 8. Pickett incomplete. Looking for Jester Wea in the right flat, and now 4th down coming up. Good defensive stand by the Hokies. Pitt tries to now tie the game up with a field goal.
Yeah, that last series there, last play, the defensive coordinator Coughlin calls out an all-out blitz, blitzing those 2 inside linebackers there on the crossing play, and makes the young guy Pickett a little bit uncomfortable.
And now they're not going to try for the field goal just yet.
They want to see if they can line up.
Razzle-dazzle, reverse play, throws into the end zone, passes, caught, touchdown, Pittsburgh! Pass is caught by Nathan Bossery, the tight end.
Well, Nathan, who hasn't seen too much time, but in the extra point lineup here, makes the most out of it, bobbles it, but comes down with a huge play on this trick play for Pitt.
4th string tight end Nathan Bossery makes the grab. Razzle-dazzle, trick play, touchdown grab is made. The punter Ryan Winslow threw the touchdown pass, and now Pitt has the lead and tries to tack on the extra point.
A touchdown. The play is under review.
And the play is under further review to make sure Bossery caught
a little juggle there.
The pass legitimately. Yep. If the play stands, a 7-play, 73-yard drive took 3:14 off the clock. Hard to tell there.
So you can see the other angle, see if it touches the ground, the football there.
Looks like not enough to overturn.
Yeah. Usually, play like that is just to see if the defense is going to line up correctly. And I'll tell you, a gutsy call there that seems like it may pay off for this Pitt team.
And how about Pitt? We talk about a tough order. Has to win out to become bowl eligible. Right. Must win here in Blacksburg today. Then must go home and play 6 days from now and play Miami to get to 6 wins.
Well, we talked to Narduzzi, and, you know, Brock, correct me if I'm wrong, but his attitude was, hey, we got nothing to lose. He was having fun and cracking some jokes there, and, you know, came off of a huge heartbreaker loss from UNC at home, and knowing that he comes here in a great environment, and, of course, this rivalry, we talked about the last 3 games decided by a combined 10 points, so we knew it was going to be close.
And the last 3 games have been high-scoring games. This one not so much, but Pittsburgh takes the lead, 13-10. They can tack on the extra point here by Alex Kessman if the call stands as a touchdown called on the field.
Sometimes you study long, you study wrong. And they should definitely need to talk about this more and hopefully have those extra camera angles to be able to make a call.
But there might be a question about the formation.
Okay.
Was it legal?
After review, ruling on the field of the touchdown is confirmed.
They confirm it on the field. The replay folks do. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It stands. It's confirmed. Pitt leads 13-10. Alex Kessman on for the extra point. He missed a field goal in the first half, trying to tack onto the lead here with the PAT. He's got it, and Pitt leads it by 4. Early moments, fourth quarter.
Well, again, huge play here on special teams there. The special teams coach.
I got a mortgage offer.
What if you're...
ACC football is brought to you by Geico, saving people money for over 75 years. By your local Chevy dealers. By Haviland Motor Oil, official motor oil of the ACC. Keep going. By Dish. And by Mellow Mushroom, out of this world pizza.
There's a look at Burris Hall, the main administration building on campus at Virginia Tech, built in 1936 out of, what else? Pokey Stone, named for the 8th school president, Julian Ashby Burris. Kickoff by Pittsburgh, and Javon Quillen will take a knee and a touchback for Virginia Tech. Bring it out to the 25, first down and 10. Here's our drive summary brought to you by Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win. And a great scoring drive for the Panthers.
7 plays, 73 yards, and then, of course, caps it off with the trick play. And a little bit of a great acting job by Hall and also Olesen, Quadri Olesen. They were pretty much calling the play off, trying to come to the sideline. And, you know, defensively, you kind of put your guard down a little bit. And that's why you always got to stay in tune, because trick plays like that.
So the Hokies trailing for the first time in this game today, down 4, 14-10. Less than a minute gone by in the fourth quarter. From the 25, first and 10, Josh Jackson taken down for a loss. Dwayne Hendricks, the defensive end, number 8, on the tackle for the Panthers.
Dwayne Hendricks here, we've seen him beat the tackle on the speed rush there, but right here he knows Jackson likes to run the football. If he doesn't see anything downfield, and just comes back, retraces, and comes up with the sack.
Second sack of the season for Dwayne Hendricks of Pitt. Loss of 1, second down 11. The fake, the throw, and pass is caught by Cam Phillips. Phillips racing down the sideline and goes out of bounds inside the 50. It goes down to the 41-yard line. Avonte Maddox, the left corner, on the tackle.
Look at Savoy putting the hand up and saying, hey, you can't stick me the whole time. And this is what we talked about, the 101s here, and he makes the most out of it here in the right corner. Dane Jackson seems to come up a little bit shaken there with a little bit of an injury.
Here's Deshaun McLeese. McLeese tripped up inside the 35, down to the 34. Jordan Whitehead, the safety, on the tackle for Pitt.
And I wouldn't expect anything different in terms of the offensive tempo here. Of course, you have Pitt going up, and there's a sense of urgency, as you can tell from this offense.
Second down and 4. McLeese got a yard shy of the first down marker, goes down to the 31, brings up third down and 1. Fans, your local Toyota dealers want to take you to the 2017 Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game. Visit theacc.com/Toyota tickets to enter for 2 tickets and a pregame photo on the field.
Well, this is what we talked about with the matchup here. Of course, we know about Hoagie's defense against Pitt's offense, but right here, I love the matchup here as you get into almost the red zone, and this is 2-down territory. You got to go for it no matter what, even if you don't get it on third down.
They fake the sweep to Cam Phillips, and Jackson takes it himself. Needed one, got more than that. He's down to the 26-yard line. First down, Hokies.
Yeah, he was a little slow getting up there. He just puts his head there, and that's 2 defenders cross over. I think he gets hit in the head there on that end play. Yeah. He's got to come out.
So Jackson will come out of the game. A.J. Bush, his first action of today. Played a little bit last week in the loss at Georgia Tech. Bush, redshirt junior from Atlanta. He's thrown for 99 yards this season, has 1 touchdown pass as well. A handoff to McLeese. McLeese, first down. Inside the 15 and goes down to the 12-yard line. First down for Virginia Tech. Tackled by Jordan Whitehead, the safety.
Yeah, right here, the defensive player goes right upfield, and the Hoagie player takes him there. And McLeese here, as we talked about, has a little bit of wiggle there. This lane opens up huge and makes a big play there to be able to keep that run going.
Gain of 14, new set of downs, 1st and 10, and A.J. Bush keeps it himself and taken down. First man there, Elias Reynolds, backup linebacker, number 44 for the Panthers.
A.J. Bush, we talked about him coming into the game last week, and of course filling in for a bruised up Jackson. And every time he's going to try to run the football, and it did not fool the Pitt defense.
Pickup of 2, second down and 8.
And as you can see, Pitt stacking the box there.
They fake the sweep to Phillips, and Bush goes down. Short gain down to the 10.
And you see Jackson on the sideline telling the coach he wants to get back in the game because, again, Pitt knows exactly what's going to happen there with A.J. in the game. They're going to run the football. Changing it up a little bit when you have Jackson in the game, you got to also respect the passing game.
So they switch off. Bush out of the game. Jackson back in. Third down, 8 yards to go. First down marker at the 2. And some trips receivers on that right side of the formation. Fade pattern into the end zone. Pass deflected and out of bounds. Incomplete. Looking for Eric Kuma. Avonte Maddox again. He's had a huge day on defense for the Panthers.
Avonte Maddox, one-on-one coverage. And we talked about hadn't seen the fade route as much. And here we go. One-on-one coverage with the fade route. And Ronaldo Hill, my twin in the first name there, Brock, is the defensive back coach of Michigan State Great, who's done a great job in practice this week getting these guys prepared against these top receivers.
27-yard attempt on the field goal try by Brian Johnson. It is up, it is good, and Tech pulls to within 1 at 14-13. 9:34 to go in the game. Avonte Maddox playing great defense for the Panthers of Pitt.
A click away.
Dives for the end zone.
Oh my goodness, what a pass! Customize your experience for scores, stats, highlights, and news. The ACC mobile app, presented by Outback.
Here's the run-up and kickoff by Brian Johnson and Virginia Tech, and it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, Pitt at the 25. Time for our matchup to watch, presented by Mellow Mushroom. Now you can order your favorite out-of-this-world pizza online at mellowmushroom.com. sportsnet.com. Virginia and Miami in a dogfight down in South Beach, and Miami having all it can handle from the Wahoos.
High-scoring game there, and look at Kurt Benkert. 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. We know they don't turn the ball over as much, but uncharacteristic for Malik Rozier, 2 interceptions. It's coming down to the wire there in Miami.
Pitt with the ball in a 1-point lead, 14-13, and Pickett will throw. Pass is caught by Jester Weah, considered to be their best wide receiver on the team. He gains 8, tackled by Brandon Faison of Tech.
Well, of course, the best defense is keeping your offense on the field as long as possible and grinding up the clock. That's what Coach Narduzzi is probably saying. You want to be able to get some conversions there because we know Virginia Tech, they need to have an opportunity to get on the field so they can score.
Second and 2. Hall. Up the middle, forward progress. They'll give him forward progress to the 35-yard line. It's a first down. The 2017 Dr. Pepper ACC Football Championship game is sold out. Don't miss the weekend festivities surrounding the game, including ACC Night of Legends event on Friday, Fan 5K on Saturday morning, and FanFast Saturday afternoon. All taking place in Uptown Charlotte. Visit theacc.com for more information.
Heavy run formation up front for Pittsburgh.
Pickett throws, picked off by Greg Stroman. Stroman inside past the 40, still on his feet. Stroman down the sideline in Pitt territory and goes down to the 42-yard line. And for Greg Stroman, that's his 4th interception of the season.
And that's exactly what this Hokie defense, this Hokie team needed. They needed a big play. We can kind of see the shift, the momentum there in terms of the atmosphere in the stadium. This stadium erupted when Stroman, who else, as we talked about, the fiercest competitor. This is what the coaches say, Brock. The fiercest competitor on this team is Stroman. Not a big guy, but plays again like a giant and makes a big play for this Hokie defense.
They say he plays better than he is. He plays bigger than he really is. Yes, an overachiever, and has his 4th pick of the season.
Yep.
Hokies can take the lead on this possession, on this trip. McLeese on the handoff. Gains 8.
And gets met by Jordan Whitehead again on the end. With that 8-yardage play, pays a little bit of a price there with Whitehead putting the shoulder down. And as you can see on this play here, on this counter play right up the middle, and we talked about the wiggle of Deshaun McLeese, but met by number 9, Jordan Whitehead.
And McLeese again just goes right up the middle, has the first down and a little bit more, down to the 25. They'll move the chains, 1st and 10 Hokies.
Yeah, McLeese kind of shaking his head like, yeah, you got me there, Jordan. And we have an injury on the field, but he's like, give it to me again, and makes the most of it.
Salim Brightwell, number 39, the injured Pitt player on the field.
What day is it?
Network games air on over 120 markets this season. The ACC Network games are available in over 89 million television households. Now time for our Hardee's update. Syracuse taking on Louisville. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, 3:30 Eastern time. Lamar Jackson back on the field again for Louisville.
Yeah, once a Heisman, always a Heisman. Had an opportunity to cover this exact same game in Papa John's Stadium. Wasn't so sure Lamar Jackson as a young freshman has come into his own and is definitely the key for the Louisville Cardinal offense.
Please reset the clock at 7:31. Start the clock on my signal, please.
So I had a clock issue. Got to reset that to 7:31.
Play clock for 40 seconds.
And the play clock back to 40.
Yeah, giving the Pitt defense an opportunity to kind of get a clue of what they were about to run, too.
For the Hokies, first down and 10. McLeese again. He's had a busy day. Elias Reynolds takes him down, middle linebacker for Pitt. Gain of 1, second down, 9 yards to go.
Yeah, Shane Rory in there on there is the most consistent of all the defensive linemen. They've had a lot of injuries. Not too much depth. That's been the weakness for Pitt's defense.
McLeese, 12 carries, 62 yards rushing today. Play fake by Jackson, going into the end zone. Jump ball, pass is deflected again by Maddox, and it's incomplete. He has earned his paycheck here today for the Pitt Panthers.
They keep picking on Maddox. Almost another interception there, and if I'm the Hokies, I'm not passing it to Maddox because he's just getting hype every time there's an opportunity, and too many opportunities could cost you there with an interception.
Third down, 9 yards to go. Tech today, 9 of 17 on third down plays. Jackson, same play, same pass, caught, touchdown, Cam Phillips into the end zone. And for Cam Phillips, that is his 17th career touchdown reception, 7th this season, and the all-time reception yardage leader now in Virginia Tech. Hokies history.
Well, Avonte Maddox falls on the play, but they go right back at him, and who else? Cam Phillips comes up big for the touchdown play. You have to love it for this young guy here, and comes up and looks to the end zone there and going for 2 here. Kind of get a little bit of a lead on Pitt.
So a lead of 5, trying for the 2-point conversion to make it a full touchdown advantage. Jackson, quick throw, pass, caught for the 2 points. Cam Phillips again. He makes the touchdown grab. Now the 2-point conversion reception, but there is a penalty flag on the field. Hang on. It's into the end zone. Penalty flag on the play.
During the play, an eligible receiver downfield, offense number 74. A penalty is 5 yards. We'll replay the try.
So ineligible man downfield. That's the right guard, Braxton Pfaff, number 74. We'll have to redo the 2-point try.
Well, if you take a look at the right guard there, trying to get up to the linebacker, but the linebacker is a little bit deep there in coverage. You got to kind of slow down. The clock has to kind of set off and say, hey, I can't get down the field there. And the referee catches it.
So now they'll try for 1. Instead of 2, they'll try for 1. Brian Johnson on for the long extra point. Right through there, kick is good. And with 6:23 to play in the game, we'll be back after a word from your local ACC station.
What if you're
Mushroom? Here's a look at our Toyota game summary. For summaries of other ACC games, visit the Toyota Game Center on the ACC.com. Kickoff returnable for Pitt. Quadri Henderson from the 2. And he goes down to the 21-yard line for the Pitt Panthers. Here's our cookouts fast fact. That fact is Cam Phillips on that touchdown reception of 23 yards is now the all-time leader in career yardage receiving in the history of Virginia Tech, surpassing Isaiah Ford on the all-time school list.
And another fast fact, whenever Cam Phillips gets over 100 yards receiving, the Hokies are 5-1. And of course, without the win, the yardage is great, but you want the win first.
Pitt, 1st and 10, Pickett. Play action, finds Maurice French. Right at the first down sticks, he's out of bounds, first down for Pittsburgh. And how about the day for Kenny Pickett in relief of Ben DiNucci.
Kenny Pickett, again, we talked about this young kid, a young talent, kind of the future of Pitt. You see what happens when he has time in the pocket. He can make the best throws anywhere on the football field.
Pickett, 14 of 18 passing, 168 yards, 12 yards on that pass play. New set of downs for Pitt at 1st and 10. Darren Hall, gang tackled at the 35 for a gain of 2.
Guess who? Leading the way, Matua Puwaka, the vocal leader. He was pretty upset on that last first down conversion play that they gave up and was kind of pumping his fist, getting those guys going. He is the vocal leader, the overachiever in the middle, and it's great to see him in there as a senior making that play.
Wearing number 25 in honor of former coach and player at Tech, Frank Beamer, also raising awareness for the Drive for 25 fundraising campaign here at Virginia Tech. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Pickett has to eat it, and down he goes. Loss of 2 on the play, tackled by Tremaine Edmonds, the left outside linebacker, number 49 for Tech.
Tremaine Edmonds comes up with a big play, but if you look in the middle there, look at the pressure there. Tim Saddles, he's almost getting strangled, putting pressure on the quarterback. And we talked about how much is needed from the interior of the play, not allowing this young guy to set his feet, and he couldn't there and had to run out of the pocket to get away and try to get rid of the football.
Pitt, 2 of 9 on 3rd down plays today. It's 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Pickett avoids the sack. Throws on the run, incomplete. Looking for Jester Weah, Greg Stroman, stride for stride with him in the secondary. And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, right here, avoiding the sack from Vinny Mohoto. Almost gets picked off there, and guess who? Greg Stroman right there on the play. But they're going for it. So right here, the defining moment of the game. Not so sure if I like it, Brock. But hey, they have nothing to lose, and that was their thought coming into this game.
4th down, 9 yards to go. And no play, timeout called. Oh, and Vinny Mahota, after the whistle, timeout was called. He runs right over Pickett.
Got a free hit on the quarterback, Mahota.
Before the snap, timeout, Pittsburgh. 30-second timeout.
We welcome those of you joining us watching the Citadel Clemson game. Here it's Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh. Here's a look at our Toyota game summary. It's 20-14 in favor of Virginia Tech. It's been a back and forth battle. 4:14 to go. Right now, 4th down, 9 yards to go. And a huge play, perhaps the biggest play of the game to this point for both teams here this afternoon.
A lot for the crowd to get excited for. You can feel the electricity in this place. People are jumping up and down. The seniors are excited. What an awesome matchup. 9 returning seniors on this defense. We know it's a strength. And right here is the defining moment, but they're making a change. We talked about it. Do they go for it on 4th down? Coach Narduzzi makes the change and say, hey, the crowd is too much into it. I'm not going to put it on this young quarterback, so they're punting the football, Brock.
At first, they were going to go for it. Instead, called timeout. Now have elected to punt it away on 4th down and 9 yards to go. Winslow, good high punt. Stroman, returnable. Instead, he fair catches it at the 20. Now here's a look at our Toyota game summary. For summaries of other ACC games, visit the Toyota Game Center on the ACC.com. It's been a slow day running the football for Darren Hall. Just 5 rushes, 63 yards. Josh Jackson, he's done what he does best, running and throwing the football. And how about the stats? Fairly even at the bottom.
A little bit deceptive there. Darren Hall, 5 rushes. We know on the shuffle play was his big play run there. Josh Jackson, again, doing a great job managing the game. He's ready for situations like this. We talked about him being tutelaged by his dad, who was the Michigan quarterback who coached some great ones in Tom Brady.
And McLeese gets the handoff and is tripped up past the 25 down to the 26. It's a gain of 6, brings up second down and 4. Elijah Zeiss on the tackle, the linebacker for Pitt. 1 timeout remaining for Pittsburgh and 2 remaining for Virginia Tech.
Reset the play clock to 25 seconds, please.
Pittsburgh out of the ACC, an unranked opponent.
Please reset.
And since joining the ACC in 2004, Virginia Tech 61-11 on this field against unranked ACC folks.
That's pretty amazing. Shows you how hard it is to play in this type of an environment.
Play clock inside of 10. Jackson just gives it to McLeese. McLeese, who's had a pretty good day, across the 26 down to the 27. James Folston on the tackle. Approaching 3 minutes remaining in the game. It's a gain of 2, brings up third down and 2 for the Hokies.
Early.
Here's our performance of the game, brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Cam Phillips, 8 receptions, 117 yards, and 1 touchdown reception. And today, setting the all-time Hokie receiving yardage record, passing D'Angelo Hall of Virginia Tech. And there is Josh Jackson trying for the first down marker, and he might be a little bit short. In fact, Shane Roy, the nose tackle, takes him down to the 29.
Shane Roy right there in the middle, getting a little chippery out there. But again, a stout Pittsburgh defense coming up big with the stop. And right here, you need to be disciplined because you don't want any offsides on the hard count or anything like that.
So now 4th down and less than a yard to go.
I would be surprised if they run this play. But again, keeping the defense honest, maybe going for a hard count. And I know right now the defensive coach is on the Pitt sideline and saying, watch the football right now.
Timeout.
Trying to let as much clock go down.
Second charge timeout.
So minute 46 to go. Timeout taken by Virginia Tech as the play clock was winding down. 4th down, less than a yard to go. Ball at the Hokie 30.
And right now you got to punt the football. Even if the offense comes out, maybe look for Jackson to maybe do a quick punt. But you have to punt the football. You just cannot risk going for it and being stopped.
Well, next Saturday, the last regular season weekend, and the ACC Network Game of the Week presented by Mellow Mushroom will showcase BC at Syracuse. We'll get a chance to see one of the best freshman players in the nation, the Eagles running back, A.J. Dillon, and it'll be up to Zaire Franklin and the Orange defense to stop him. Coverage on the ACC Network begins at noon with the Ram Trucks ACC Blitz pregame show with Katie Witham, Tommy Bowden, and Stan Norfleet. So Tech punts it away. Henderson going way back at his own 16. Sheds a couple of tacklers and goes down at the 19-yard line. A 54-yard punt. No return by Henderson. Sean Hulskamp, the tackle on special teams. All right, Ronaldo, 1:34 to go in the game. Pitt needs a touchdown. What do you look for here?
This is the biggest drive, Brock, in Kenny Pickett's life. I know there's a lot of football left, but for right now, at this moment, huge play, huge series for this Pitt offense.
Pickett Looking for Jester Weah, batted away, incomplete, the right corner. Brandon Faison in on the coverage for Virginia Tech.
And this is the reason why you don't hear Brandon Faison's name as much, because he's such a good cornerback and makes huge plays. And right here comes up with a PBU pass breakup pass for the Hokie defense.
Pitt with one timeout remaining, as is the same for Virginia Tech. 89 seconds remaining. Pitt needs a touchdown. Pickett on 2nd and 10. Jester Weah, no, it's incomplete through his hands. He had a beat on Brandon Faison that time. Now 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers. And how about Brandon Faison now? 44 career passes defended, PBUs. That's a new Hokie record.
Yeah, smart guy on the defense. A lot of experience. Definitely NFL bound, but he knows, Brock, the NFL stands for not for long and wants to be a cardiologist, is a pre-med major.
The crowd getting excited here at Lane Stadium. Now 3rd down, 10 yards to go for Pitt. Pickett, all kinds of time. He's going to run it himself and forced out of bounds. Stops the clock. He's right at the 25-yard line. Brings up 4th down, 5 yard to go.
Well, again, great time in the pocket for the offensive line. But he has no place to go, and that's great coverage. Great coverage by this Hokie defense. The play of the game right here for Pitt and the Hokies.
Can Pitt keep the offense on the field? Pickett over the middle, pass cut by Jester Weah, and he breaks away from the defender. One man to beat, Reggie Floyd. And Floyd catches him at the 1 yard line. Is it into the end zone or not? They say touchdown.
We're going to have to review it, and we have some injured players on the field as well. Big play.
If it stands, a 75-yard touchdown reception. And as of now, we have a tie game at 20. And 2 Hokie players are down on the field hurt.
It's a touchdown. That play is under review.
Well, if you look at this play right here, again, great time in the pocket. The young quarterback fires it in, and Jester Weah makes a great play and redeems himself from the last drop pass there in that 3rd down situation. Well, we got 2 Hokies on the field here. Kind of gipping off the field there, number 99, Vinny Mahota. And number 6, Dion Newsom. Knees down there, Brock. What do you think?
Spot the ball at the 1.5. It's where the ball is when the knee goes down. It looks like this will be spotted at the 1.5 yard line with 1:02 to go. Huge 4th down conversion. Pickett to Jester Weah for about 73 yards.
A little bit of deja vu. This is one of the things that Coach Fuente talked about, as well as Bud Foster. You know, break but not being defense.
The was down, and at that moment the ball's at the 1.5 yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 1.5 yard line.
So you are correct, the knees down. But again, what a great play, and this is the big play. This is what Bud Foster talked about, not giving up the big play. And guys are in position to make the play, but the guy catches the football and turns it to a running back and makes a huge play there to get it down there on the 1.5 yard line. 74 yards on that play, Brock.
Reggie Floyd with the touchdown saving tackle. Now it's at the 1.5 yard line. They wipe the touchdown off for Pitt. Pitt down 6, inside of a minute to go. 1st down, goal to go for Pittsburgh. Panthers have 1 timeout remaining.
And you got a couple of starters out on defense for the Hokies.
Darren Hall tries to get in. He's stopped at the 1 yard line.
Guess who meets him?
Andrew Matuapawaka, number 25, the linebacker for the Hokies, stops him, clock running inside of 30 seconds, and now Pittsburgh takes a timeout with exactly 30 seconds remaining.
Timeout.
Pitt can tie the game with a touchdown, take the lead with the extra point.
1 second on the game clock to 31 seconds.
And so you're in an interesting situation. Pitt has no more timeouts on the clock. And who have we been talking about the entire game? The identity of this offensive club on Pittsburgh's side. They run the football. They got to where they are successfully on offense because of Darren Hall. Of course, the young guy has done a great job in Kenny Pickett. But you got to hand the ball off and let that offensive line up front, Brian O'Neill, Alex Officer, Jimmy Morrissey, Alex Bookster, and Jared Jones-Smith set some lanes for you up front. And it's a great challenge and a great matchup what we talked about all game long. This Hokie defense, they are the strength of this team.
31 seconds remaining, no timeouts left for Pitt. Second down, goal to go from the 1. Kenny Pickett, who relieved starting quarterback Ben DiNucci about midway through the first quarter, has played marvelously here in relief today. Second down, goal to go. The give to Hall, and Hall stopped at the 2-yard line. No timeouts remaining. Clock is ticking. 25 seconds remaining.
And that's what you got to wait for. You got to wait for that whistle.
Clock is still running. The officials are unpiling the pile.
Nobody
Clock
heard the whistle.
Running.
Not sure.
Down to 11 seconds. Pitt needs to spike the football in a hurry. They're not going to spike it. Pickett throws. End zone. Passes. Deflected and incomplete. Greg Stroman gets a hand in there. Knocks it away. 3 seconds to go. Fourth down. Goal to go for Pitt.
Did I say that other series was the play of the game? Well, this is the play of the game right here. Stroman makes a last-minute adjustment. Not surprised at all by this young guy making a huge play on the football against Pitt's best offensive receiver, Jester Wea.
Fourth down. Goal to go from the 1-yard line for Pitt. 3 seconds remaining. A touchdown ties the game. A touchdown and an extra point can win it.
Heavy run formation here.
Hall. Second effort. No! The Hokies defense stops him. Reggie Floyd with a tackle, and the Hokies win it.
Look at him. For the seniors. Unbelievable. Right here, everyone in the stadium knows where it's going. Darren Hall and the Hokies rise up and comes up with a big play. You look at 21, Reggie Floyd. Number 20, Deion Newsom, who came out with an injury, makes the big play when the defense needs it. And we see Matuapawaka right there in the midst of it all. The entire team rushes the field.
So the Hokies snap a 2-game losing skid. Pitt drops a heartbreaker for its second consecutive loss. For highlights and must-see moments from this game and other games, visit theacc.com. Join us for the ACC Blitz powered by Ram Trucks next Saturday at noon, followed by the Mellow Mushroom Game of the Week, BC at Syracuse. You have been watching coverage of Atlantic Coast Conference football on the ACC Network, an exclusive production of Raycom Sports. For Ronaldo Wynn and the rest of our crew, Brock Bowling saying so long from Lane Stadium in Blacksburg.